What is up, everybody? So in this video, I'm gonna tell y'all. I made another video about me going to the Galapagos, but that was in poor taste. I think I got too ahead of myself. I think I should have done a video of the first day or the first part of that whole trip, which I meant to do a whole video about. So this is what I'm doing now. Um, I'm gonna use this video. I'm gonna explain, do some commentary. Also, I'm gonna take some TikToks I took of like literally that same day, and then just commentate and explain what happened. So let's get to it. So how it started is that first, my cousin Damien and his mother Donna, who's taking me on this trip, picked me up from my parents' house. We then drove halfway to Orlando, picked up the other two people that are gonna be part of our group. You got Ron and his wife Brandy. Love them. They're so funny people, like outstanding personalities, and the way they have the relationship is just like adorable. Like, I think anybody who wants a healthy marriage should strive for that personally, or wherever works for them. We then Damon took us to the Orlando International Airport to get so we can get a rental. He dropped us off. Hello, goodbye. Then we made our drive to Miami, and anybody that's ever drove to Miami, you know that driving to Miami sucks. No matter which way you're going in from, it's a tough drive, man. So we finally got to Miami, and the funny thing is, Ron actually knew the area we were staying at. I think we're staying at like the Elements Miami Hotel. I think it was. It wasn't that far from the airport, and so we went to this restaurant called the God, what was it called? The Cafe Parma Pasta. The food was so good. That's all I'm gonna say. It was great service, great people. The food was amazing. Great stuff. I was so full I knocked out once I got to the room. Then the next day, following day, we wake up at like I believe it was like 5:36 a.m. to go to the airport, take the rental to the airports, and then we drop our bags off at baggage claim, and then head to TSA. But before I keep going, let me stop and just do a recap because I made a TikTok of everything before we even get to the airport. To this point, so here's the video of like my part one of getting picked up, and then like we going from Orlando to Miami. So this is the video right here. So let me just play it. So let's go. What's up, everybody? So your boy's going on a whole adventure. So we started off with a drive. We either drive to Miami, and then the next day we take a whole flight to Ecuador because that's where I'm going. I'm going to the Galapagos, baby. Yes, sir. So we got our rental, and then we just start driving. And excuse that white stuff around my neck. It's from my headsets. They start peeling. Just turned bad. Peeling really bad. We stopped, got food, pretty good stuff. And then we got back on the road. And then eventually I knocked out, woke up, and we got to rest stop. And everyone just went to the bathroom. But not me, though. Blooded like a camel. So right now we're like, I think we're still a couple hours from Miami. And I never even told y'all what our plan was. So our plan is we drive to Miami today, and then we have a flight to Ecuador tomorrow at like 8 a.m. I was 8 a.m. That's what it was. Things are great. That was like 5 or 6. I just woke up and like no one else was in the car. I was like, dang. Oops. Off by a couple hours. For me. So at least grateful for that. So far, the people on this trip are like absolutely hilarious people. And so it's pretty equilibrium of the it's just like two guys and girls. So it's like I'm still the youngest because now this is gonna be the second time I left the country, and it's when no one the same age as me. Well, I'm not first time was Costa Rica. Still fun trip. I want to introduce you to my aunt Donna. She is the matriarch. Matriarch. Woo! Has been to almost every continent. It's no cap. Like she for real has. Bro, this one's been to Antarctica and came back. Yeah. Unfazed. Facts. This woman loves to travel. She does. And she does what you should do when you are single and you have money after raising 2 children. Travel. See Facts. The world, and enjoy yourself. And that is Donna. Rock on. So she's going to be our MVP. Well, she's my MVP because she's taking it for free. So I'm like, so once we got back on the road, we saw the rain coming, and we knew it was coming. And so it went from trickle literally to this. This is why I hate driving to Miami. You
came to see me at. But like Florida is
hate driving.
goes, starts,
hate it.
stops.
I'm
again.
pulling off. I'm not driving.
We finally got to Miami. The funny thing is, I've actually born in Miami.
I was
back in like '99, so I've never been to this part of Miami before. We ended up going to this awesome restaurant. It was absolutely delicious. Like the pasta there was amazing. We got to this hotel, this awesome hotel, beautiful.
Elements in Miami
because we had to get up like early the next morning. So stay tuned for part 2.
So yeah, that's what happened. So let's pick up where I left off before because I rudely interrupted myself. Sorry, me. My bad. And we can just pick off where I left off. Ain't my first rodeo being in an airport. I've been flying since I was like maybe 7, 8, 9 years old. Like this ain't my first rodeo. So TSA, I didn't have the TSA upgrade or whatever, plus whatever it is. So I go through the line like everyone else. When you go through these lines, the best thing you could do is turn off like whatever you got going on. Take everything out of your pockets, have it in your hands, your backpack. Just put everything in your backpack and untie your shoes. Now, sometimes they tell you to take your shoes off. Other times they do, and it's just whatever. However, this time I forgot to take out my earbud and my one earpod that I had in my possession. And when I went through the line, I went through it pretty quick, and it fell out my ear. I didn't notice this until I got back with my aunt and our friends, and I'm like trying to play music. I'm like, why wasn't? Oh my! So I had to run all the way back to TSA and then crawl on my hands and knees to go find my earpod, which I did. I did find it eventually. And then once I found it, I had to run back to where everyone else was. We had like I think these little bagels or biscuits from or these little breakfast sandwiches from Starbucks that we just waited to be put on our flight. And that was like the most irritating part. And it's like I just like download a bunch of movies on my phone so I can just like buy my time and like edit from like my TikTok because I'm gonna pull it up in a second of like literally what was going on that day so that you can see because I was recording a lot of it through TikTok for some reason. I thought that was like the smart choice instead of just getting a separate like vlogging camera, but oh well. And yeah, we didn't put us on the flight. I watched the first and second James Cameron Avatar movies back to back, and I would think I watched it like maybe 2-3 times to the point where I was noticing small details in the movies. I'm like, interesting. We finally get to Quito, Ecuador. We get off the plane. We meet our tour guide. His name was Edward. Awesome guy. He's really cool. We get our luggage. We get drive to the city, the countryside of the city. Then we get to our hotel. They give us our key card, and then they told us, "Oh, this is when dinner is." I'm like, "Oh, cool." So I think one of the funny things that I realized after all this time and like doing these videos is that one of the people we were with, his name wasn't Ron, it was Ra, like the Egyptian god Ra, and I'm like sitting there like, wow. And no one corrected me until my cousin just now, like 5 minutes ago. I'm just like, I was calling this man his name incorrectly this whole time. And no one corrected me. No one corrected me. Donna didn't correct me. His wife didn't correct me. He didn't even correct me. But also, I want to explain. You know what? I'll get to it later on. This is a video of me doing a TikTok of when we were there. And like everything I just talked about, this is just me summing it up in one video. So here it is. Pull it up. So this is it right here. So let's play it.
So I had to correct myself. So today is day 1 officially of the adventure. We had to get on our flight to what was it called again?
Quito, Ecuador.
From Miami to Quito, Ecuador. Thank you, Auntie. So we got in our car, we dropped off the rental. I was just sightseeing. I was just jamming out the entire time to the baby because he dropped that one song and that stuck in my head. And doing some random trams. Overall, I think this was a much better airport experience because honestly I just don't like airports.
It's stressful, man.
Either I'm knocked out of sleep or I'm just like not even like feel like I'm not even there. And so the majority of the time, I'm just like walking around just jamming out to my music, hoping to God that I don't lose the pod. Because if I lose it, then like, hush, auntie.
Donna is a very vocal woman. There's Raw and his
We finally get the customs. We check in our luggage. We start walking. I get through TSA. I'm looking for my thing, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh dear God! I look at my thing. I can't find my earpod. I found it.
I had to go back for it.
Down on it. And these are the animals I'm really excited to see. Marine iguana, land iguana. Yes, it's cool. Galapagos tortoise I've worked with in Santa Fe College.
Those guys were
frigate bird, also called the man of war bird. That'd be really cool to see.
I saw them too.
The Galapagos penguin, they're absolutely adorable. Blue-footed booby, I gotta see some boobies, man. The red-footed booby,
I didn't see
that's
the
gonna be great too.
Seals, yeah, I saw
and
them.
And then
too.
Galapagos sea lions, and then fur seals. I don't think I might see them, not sure yet, but who knows.
Someone said they saw them.
Short-haired owl, that'd be really cool to see. And the albatross. I've never seen them in real life before, but I want to. So we finally get out on the tram.
No, it's me and him. We just no. What? But why are you responsible for
I'll explain that in a second.
We load up onto the planes. I get on there. I swear to God, I was anemic because it was so cold on that flight. I wake up sweating. It's crazy. So flight wasn't that bad. I pretty much watched Avatar 2-3 times fully. It was a great time, man. Waking up and seeing the view was just awesome. Finally being in Quito.
Can't tell how excited I am.
We got Edward. He picked us up.
Edward.
He took us in his van, and just seeing the view was just, overall just a great time. And getting to the city, which is a whole different change.
It was way different.
And then we got to our hotel.
So that was it. And after that, we have then, we're doing our tour. And so with the same day, we come back down, we eat food, and I'll show the TikTok in a second. Basically, the ladies wanted to get hats in Quito, the city, and we're like, so me and Raw had to be dragged along, and we walked through the city, which I wanted to explore already. There are a lot of vendors, a lot of like big corporate businesses, and it's just like a mix, like bike, like what's it called? I think not Vespas, but like scooters were like very like well used, like in that city. I swear, I think that's a thing in like other parts of the world besides the United States. And so then we walked, and then I'll show the little TikTok of me like doing a little video. Donna tells me don't drink any of the faucet water from the sink. It'll make you sick. I was like, oh, that's tough. And so like, here's a video. Here it is.
So we're in Quito, Ecuador. Oh, excuse me, Quito, Ecuador. And so you can't drink the water. You gotta be very careful, or you're gonna be violently sick. That is
Diarrhea. Donna.
Lord Jesus. Wi-Fi here is absolutely atrocious.
It was bad.
I doubt I'll be able to post anything until like I'm either in my room or in back in the States. So,
it was bad.
Let's see. Let's see if it. Oh no, that's not us. I really gotta work on my Spanish. I keep saying buenos dias, like that's good morning.
Like I will never get to a country and not learn a language, or at least know how to have a conversation. Because good lord, it was like one of the most annoying things ever.
Isn't ¿Cómo estás where?
How are you?
¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo
estás?
Oh, we can only go to our floor. Oh, yeah.
I'm a whole character.
It's a buffet.
That's it.
What's the word of wisdom for today?
Love this guy.
Jambalaya.
How's that? Any form of wisdom? Yes.
You can't post it. I have warrants.
You have warrants?
He's a felon.
Both
Criminal man.
better not be lying.
Criminal.
This is your husband. He's
Criminal.
a felon.
Dangerous man.
Well, I'm not a felon until you post it and I get busted.
Vaz.
Up to you. Up to you.
Again, I'm gonna explain that. I need to go into detail of like what the heck that means. You're not gonna understand it.
So we're at a pharmacy, man.
Stop. Oh my goodness. I'm a character.
I ain't coming for that.
Ridiculous. The city was overall really pretty during the day. There were so many shops where like they were selling darn near the same stuff.
So many hats. Ooh.
This is me, fully ADHD, just bored out of my mind.
¿Cómo estás, Mateo?
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, most definitely.
Someone carrying all the glasses.
The man is carrying all those things, man.
That's her. That's a honey her, but that bun looks like
That just doesn't look bad. So they picked out the hats they wanted, and then we went back to the hotel, and then we just like hunkered down for the night. Because okay, so allow me to explain what this is. So this word has been said in some of the videos you've seen, and you're probably confused of what that is. So there are times when I would say "boz," like it was an old Chewy commercial ad where the dog would use the word "boz" to like shut up, like to stop his human from talking. And so we use it as a term for whenever like something funny would happen or something awkward. Like you know that awkward sandwich is like "boz," and it's just like everyone started laughing. We use this phrase, and like this phrase would be used in like other videos, and like you'll see this in other videos. I'm most likely 100% sure because we use this all the time. So to the point where the people in our tour group started doing it. So then all these people started doing it. Okay, so here's the video right here.
Can we just say vase like normal people?
Fine.
I always wondered what it would be like to have a tail.
Maybe you did one time. Maybe 1,000 years from now, I'll be tailless, using that Chewy app to get you great prices on treats.
I'm pretty sure it takes more than 1,000 years.
Vaz.
Pets aren't just pets. They're more.
Vaz.
Save more on what they love with everyday great price.
So that's literally all it is. And literally we're just like doing it, and it was just like it just was funny. It was just a funny thing that we would do. To the point where like people in like our tour group, other people we've never met before nor will most likely never see again, started doing it. They're like, what does that mean? And we explain it. And it's just an inside joke with our group. But then others started to join in, and it was just a beautiful thing. So yeah. It was like the end of the first day, technically day and a half. We just traveled there, and then that was just the end of the day. So that was it, and I'm gonna stop the video here, and then I'm gonna do a part 2 of Quito City, and then we're gonna do the entire day of like what we did in that day, and then wrap that up. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next couple parts because it's just gonna be a lot of videos I'm gonna make in the next couple of days because I got some free time coming up. And thank you guys so much. Please subscribe, share with your friends. I hope you guys enjoy my stories, and y'all have a great night.